Okay, Furkan, today we are going to start with the topic of efficiency and the power. So, goodbye, come to the slide number 2. Okay, so this is the diagram which we have studied in the previous lesson. So, basically, this diagram tells you that whenever one form of energy is converted into another form of energy, so just like we can see here, that here we have the chemical energy in our muscles. So we discussed that whenever a boy is picking up a stone and it is throwing the stone up in the air, so the boy is consuming the energy from his muscles. And what type of energy is stored in our muscles? Chemical energy is stored in our muscles. So when the boy is picking the stone, so it is throwing the stone up in the air. So the stone starts to move, and we know that the energy that is associated with a moving body is basically the kinetic energy. So it means the chemical energy stored in the muscles of the boy is converted in the kinetic energy of the stone. But at the same time, we have this much energy. This is a lot of energy. I told you in the previous lesson that the size of this arrow, this one, it basically gives us an idea that how much energy is present at any place. So you can see that a big or a thicker arrow is pointing towards the thermal energy that is wasted, and a thinner arrow is moving toward the kinetic energy, right? So in the same way, if we move forward in the diagram, so we have seen that whenever the stone is moving up in the air, so the stone is basically gaining the gravitational potential energy. So the kinetic energy is being converted into the potential energy, but at the same time some of the energy is lost as the thermal energy. Then the stone starts moving back towards the earth. The gravitational potential energy is converted into the kinetic energy. Then the stone hits the ground. So basically here the stone is hitting the ground. So you can see that at every place there is some energy which is lost. So Furkan, this is basically the idea that we should be having in our mind when we are going to talk about the efficiency. So you may have heard or you may have seen people talking about this thing, that this boy is very efficient. So what do you think? Which one boy is called as an efficient boy? Okay, tell me that which boy is called as an efficient boy? I'm saying that if someone says that, just like I say that Furkan is an efficient boy, so what is the meaning of this one? I do work without wasting energy. Yeah, very good, excellent. It means that the Furkan is doing maximum work. You are doing maximum possible work. It means that you are not wasting your time, and you are consuming all of your time in doing some useful work. Just like you are studying, you are doing some kind of the work, you are doing research, you are observing nature, and everywhere at every time you are doing some fruitful job, you are doing some fruitful work, and you are not wasting your time at all. So that's why you are an efficient boy. So in the same way, if we apply this one idea on various types of the systems, so move to the next one slide. Here you can see that different types of the systems and different types of, you can say that, engines or the machineries are given, and at the same time it is discussed that how much energy can be converted by every machine. So the first of all, it is said that if we give 100 joule of energy to a petrol engine, suppose at start we are having a petrol engine and 100 joule of energy is given to a petrol engine, so it is said that only 25 joule of energy would be converted into the useful work. Just like we have discussed about this one, that whenever the fuel is burnt in a petrol engine, so the chemical energy that is stored in the petrol is converted into the useful work. The vehicle starts to move because of the chemical energy that is harvested by the petrol engine. So it means that the petrol engine wastes a lot of energy. In the same way, it is said that if we are giving 100 joule of energy to a diesel engine, so it converts 35 joule of energy into work. Third, if you are giving 100 joule of energy to an electric motor, the electric motor would convert 80 joule of energy into work. And at the same time, if 100 joule of energy is given to human body, so human body would convert only 15 joule of energy into work. So if I ask you that according to you, we are given four things: the petrol engine, diesel engine, electric motor and human body. So according to you, which one is wasting most of energy?
Uh, the
Human body. It means that the human body is wasting a lot of energy. And which one is wasting minimum amount of energy? Furkan, which one is wasting minimum amount of energy?
The electric.
Yeah, the electric motor wastes minimum amount of energy, whereas the human body wastes a lot of energy or the most energy. So now we can talk about the concept of efficiency. So goodbye, jump to the next one slide. Now we can define that what is actually the meaning of efficiency. So basically, efficiency can be defined in the form of, you can say that, a formula. So what is the formula for the efficiency? So we can write efficiency is equal to
Again. Yeah.
so efficiency equals useful work done divided by total input energy. So basically, as you see from the formula, the efficiency is basically a ratio of the useful work done to the total input energy. Or in the most simple words, we can say that efficiency is equal to output divided by input. So what do you understand from the terms output, input? What is the meaning of this one? What do you understand from these terms? Input, output.
Yeah, input, output.
Yeah. What is the meaning of input? Can you give me an
Input,
example?
energy given to something like the food.
Okay.
And output is the actions done
Yeah.
by the human.
Just like you are taking breakfast in the morning. So this is your input because you are taking energy in the form of chemical energy in your body. You are just like you can say that recharging yourself. You are taking the energy in. But when you have to do work, just like you have to run, you have to do jogging, you have to study, you have to ride, you have to run, anything. This is your work. It means that by taking the energy from the food, you are doing some kind of the work. So output is the work that you are doing. You are carrying your bag, you are carrying the weight. So it means that the weight you are carrying, that is basically your output, and the amount of energy or the food that you have consumed, that is your input. So this is basically the basic idea of the efficiency, right? So basically, as we know that the work and the energy are having the same unit, right? So that's why we can also write, instead of writing the useful work done, we can write here that output energy divided by input energy, because work can also be taken as an example or as a form of the energy. So that's why we can say that we are having, in the efficiency, we are having the ratio of two same type of the quantities, means they are the energies. Okay, so Furkan, let me know that as we are having a ratio of output energy to the input energy, so what do you think, what would be the unit of efficiency?
Joules?
No.
The percentage.
Yeah, because just like if I say that uh, just like we have seen on the previous page, that if 200 joule energy, or suppose 100 joule energy was given to, just like you can say that this is a system, suppose it is an electric motor, and it is said that it gave 80 joule of energy as work. So it means that if we want to find out the efficiencies, what we would do, we would basically put output. Okay, so let me know that what is output in this case.
Which case output will be the movement.
No, tell me in the form of figure, the quantity, the value which I have written on the slide.
Uh, 20%.
No, goodbye. You are telling me the answer. Let me know the value of output. What is the value of output here?
What do you mean? I don't get it.
I'm saying that
80 joule.
Yeah, very good. So 80 joule is our output and 100 joule is our input. So you can see that the unit joule and joule, they would cancel out each other. So that's why this and this would be cancelled. So we would say that our answer would be 20. But we have to multiply with 100 in the expression of efficiency, right? So that's why this is written as percent. So as we have seen on the previous slide, that all the efficiency values were given in the form of percent. Why? Because we multiply with the 100 here in the formula. So that's why our value comes out to be in the form of percent, right? So it means that our electric motor is 20%. No, it would be 80%, not the 20%. Furkan, what would be the percentage? Is it 20 or 80?
The efficiency.
Yeah. So 80 divided by 100 into 100.
80%. 80%.
Yeah, it is 80%. Right, now it is right. So our electric motor is 80% efficient because it has converted a lot of input into the output. Okay. So this is basically the idea of the efficiency. Okay. So okay, the next one thing we have to talk about is we are going to talk about the power. Okay, so if you can move to the next one slide.
Okay.
Power.